Three Northwest mayors have today voiced their concerns over the federal government's water buybacks proposal, saying it could turn their communities into ghost towns. But the water minister has hit back, saying those impacted negatively will be compensated.
A united stance on a change in law, these mayors say, will destroy regional communities. Gunnedah, Narrabri and Moree leaders speaking out against the government's plan for Murray-Darling Basin water buybacks.
Disrupting the very fabric of our small country towns.
The proposed changes under the Restoring Our Rivers Bill aims to claw back 450 gigalitres of additional environmental water by the end of 2027. The legislation has passed the lower house and is now before the Senate. But the mayors are concerned regional communities were left in the dark during consultation earlier this year.
Once you start pulling water out, you pull money out, you pull jobs out, you pull populations out, and it becomes this spiral.
The group now wants to lobby for farmers, irrigators and exporters to sustain the multi-billion-dollar Northwest ag industry.
The riches are not just ours, they're something that we share nationally. You take water away from there, the quality and the quantity of what we grow will dramatically reduce.
But it's not just the farmers and producers concerned by the proposed changes. Small businesses say they could be collateral damage, with locals leaving town in droves.
4 out of 10 of my staff have got partners that work and live on farm. So if the viability of the farm in jeopardy, then that's going to hurt us and them.
This is an irrigation town. Farming serves this town well, but irrigation drives it.
Water Minister Tanya Plibersek has told NBN News the bill would allow more options, funding and accountability to deliver the Murray-Darling Basin plan. She's looking at options to deliver on-farm and off-farm efficiency projects, with voluntary water purchases under consideration. Where purchases have a socio-economic impact, transitional assistance funding can be provided.
We lose employment, we lose families, we lose the heart and soul of our communities. No level of compensation directed anywhere can replace that.
Rob Douglas, NBN News.
Upgrades have been unveiled to make Tamworth more accessible to people with a disability. The move welcomed by local advocates.
Just 100 metres from Tamworth's bustling Peel Street. Facilities with the aim of helping residents and visitors feel more confident on a trip to the shops, meeting with friends, or travelling down the street.
It's just a great facility for those in need. People with disabilities, people with chronic illnesses.
5 parking spaces for minibuses and disabled taxis, today unveiled at Bicentennial Park. Disability advocacy organisation Rumour welcoming the addition, telling NBN News accessibility is key to ensuring people with a disability are included.
It can be quite debilitating when you don't have appropriate friendly places for those groups to use.
The spaces are the second and final piece of infrastructure Council says will make the city more inclusive. Accessible bathrooms and changing facilities located next to the bus shelter opened last year.
People can actually unlighten from their vehicles, they can stay out of the weather, prepare themselves to go over to the changing places.
The precinct has been funded by the state and federal government at a cost of just under $1 million. Mayor Russell Webb says neighbouring towns are interested in implementing similar spaces.
A lot of cities are trying to do the same thing. Some areas have done similar things. I don't think anybody has actually come up with a plan that looks as good as this one.
Gabriella Warner, NBN News.
The New South Wales Premier has today visited Coffs Harbour to announce a step forward for the Great Koala National Park. Consultation is expected to take 12 months on the project.
The footprint of the Great Koala National Park laid bare during Chris Minns' first official visit to Coffs Harbour since becoming Premier in March. He was joined by Ministers Penny Sharp and Tara Moriarty to rubber stamp the project.
We've set up these consultancy bodies. We believe that they'll do the right thing.
Giving feedback on the process of assessing land for inclusion in the national park and also provide information on economic, social, ecological and cultural matters.
We want to hear from community groups, industry groups, Indigenous groups and everyone across the community about how this will work so that we can feed that through into our decision making for the setting up of this koala park.
I think probably a 12-month horizon is the start of it, where there's a lot of work to do.
Citizen scientists like Christine Bryant have welcomed the announcement as they've been on the ground for years helping spotlight and count koalas.
There are 5 groups of us. And we go out once a week down different fire trials at the same time. and we have a megaphone with the call of the male koala that we play along designated spots, and we listen for a callback.
High-tech drones and AI are now speeding up that process, giving National Parks and Wildlife the ability to better detect core habitats.
The goal here is to differentiate species in the trees and species in the ground with high 90% accuracy.
This technology, alongside the government's decision to set aside 105 koala hubs representing 8,400 hectares across the north coast and other parts of the state, are crucial in ensuring that we get the balance right.
Greens MP Sue Higginson says while there is merit in the advisory groups, today's announcement fell short, especially if logging continues.
We still don't know when this park will be created. We know it won't be in the next financial year. I don't think that this announcement is really what the community was looking for.
Britt Ramsey, NBN News.
Gunnedah Shire Council has teamed up with the Salvation Army to make Christmas a little brighter for families doing it tough. People are being encouraged to donate toys, clothing, books or vouchers under Council's tree on Elgin Street until December 8. Let's take a quick look at the top temperatures throughout the region today. Armidale topped at 20 degrees. Glen Innes today, 18 was the maximum. Tamworth a little warmer, 26 was the top. And at Moree, a range of 18 to 27 degrees.